In this video, we're looking at the Dire Straits rhythm. This is the signature strumming from Sultans of Swing. Here's how to play it with a pick. And without a pick in Mark Knopfler's more signature strumming style, mostly with the first finger, a little bit with the thumb. Of course, when played on a Stratocaster, it sounds even more like that signature Sultans of Swing kind of pattern. But there's more to this. There's a bit of a story I want to dig into, as well as give you interactive tab and some help as to how to nail the strumming pattern such of this. It's just such a signature higher level rhythm that I want to get down. But here's my little story of this from my research, basically, and I've got a couple of theses that I'd like to present to you, if that's all right. So this was released in 1978, but written in 1997. It's got a combination of finger picking, syncopation, which, as we've said, is just staggered rhythms, not going straight to a 1, 2, 3, 4, or even just on the ands. It's more syncopated and swing-inspired phrasing. His style in this song is heavily influenced by earlier artists, but also has a unique character borrowing a dance hall rhythm. We'll talk about that in a second. But if you like this style of music, here's some other recommended listening and perhaps even recommended songs to learn that I'll link to below. My first choice is J.J. Cale from 1971. This is Call Me the Breeze. This has this signature kind of laid back shuffle, electric guitar played with finger picking, very much playing electric guitar in an acoustic guitar style. That's the real trick to this. Bob Dylan's Meet Me in the Morning from 1975, while slower, still has this kind of bluesy finger-picking style I'd like you to listen to it below. Mark Knopfler's playing style in general is very much based upon the school of Chet Atkins. We've got quite a few Chet Atkins tutorials on the website now, mainly from Jarvis's fingerstyle course. He goes in depth to that. Lots of Travis picking style stuff, but there's a couple of videos I'll link to below as well. And finally, another notable song, also from 1977, Lay Down Sally. This is Eric Clapton's song, and of course, especially when played on a Stratocaster, but even if you play it on acoustic, it's basically a blues rhythm, but it's got this little kind of shuffled boogie thing to it, which was clearly something quite new at the time, but it was transformed when Mark Knopfler, and in my opinion, this is what happened. There's a very popular kind of dance hall, Caribbean-based rhythm, which basically goes boom, jab, jab, boom, jab, jab, boom, jab, jab, boom, jab, boom, jab, jab. All right, that kind of 3 in the time of 4, basically. And the most popular song ever that uses this, that you'll definitely have heard of, would be Ed Sheeran's Shape of You. That marimba and drum pattern, that doon, 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 over a Straits beat in the background. Do, 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 do. Okay, that rhythm. And those earlier pieces that I've mentioned from J.J. Cale and Eric Clapton and Bob Dylan, they all used quite a straight rhythm. And I can't find an earlier example of someone playing that on guitar than Sultans of Swing. 1977. Axé music, which is massively popular and originates in Brazil, hugely popular in South America. That started really in the 1980s. That's post and probably influenced by Dire Straits' Sultans of Swing. However, that is not how Mark Knopfler composed or came up with the ideas for this song. He originally came up with the idea and played it on a National Resonator guitar in an open tuning. However, he thought the song sounded dull until he bought his first Fender Stratocaster in 1977. He says, "It just came alive as soon as I played it on that 61 Strat. The new chord changes presented themselves and fell into place. The lyrics were inspired by a performance of a Dixieland jazz band playing in the corner of an almost empty pub in South London. At the end of their performance, the lead singer announced their name, the Sultans of Swing. Knopfler found the contrast between the group's dowdy appearance and surroundings and their grandiose name amusing. And I agree, it is, and we've all seen cover bands like that, or bands like that at some point. So let's get back to this signature rhythm now, but I feel it's really important to note this context of Mark Knopfler's signature style really being a very authentic and traditional acoustic guitar finger-picking technique in the school of Chet Atkins, played, in his case, on a Fender Stratocaster. And then later, for signature riffs such as Money for Nothing, he's using those same fingerstyle techniques, but playing them on a Gibson Les Paul and using a wah-wah pedal to get that signature effect, but combining it with these traditional fingerstyle techniques. I think that's very powerful. I want to introduce it at this point in the course, maybe to encourage you to experiment with crossing over some of these techniques onto electric guitar and vice versa. That's how we get something new. That's how we get some really cool ideas. I'm going to teach this pattern mostly with a pick. However, I'm also going to teach it with just the first finger, which is more the traditional way of playing this. However, here is this signature Dire Straits pattern. Jam track is in the next video for this pattern if you want to practice this along to the rhythm parts. And then we're going to look at how to play lead in Mark Knopfler's kind of signature style, using cage shapes, using triads, using arpeggios, basically, over this same jam track. All right, so I'm playing this with the D minor bar chord, 5, 7, 7, 6, 5, and we want to do one down strum, and then a very quick and very small down, up, down. And then there's a mute, silence, or otherwise known as staccato, shown by that little dot above that rhythm diagram. So down, down, up, down. And then we have a down, which is let ring, and then down, down, and a mute. Now there's variations on this pattern, and there's a few different things that can work, but in general that would get us to and with the first finger, we do all those same motions, down strum, up strum, but we got to be a bit careful because our first finger is made of flesh rather than made of plastic. So use the nail of that first finger and keep these little strums, these faster ones, small. Okay, just a very small motion. Okay, and faster. And that's the signature kind of Mark Knopfler style, basically, using that first finger to strum so they can then play his lead lines based around triads. The other chords we want to get used to playing this with are the C, B flat, and then to A, so that you can learn to play Sultans of Swing, but so you can play along to this jam track based on this style, and then play around with these ideas, but have a little bit longer per each chord, so you can really nail this rhythm and pay attention to the rhythm, and then pay attention to our lead lines that we're going to be going for in a later video. So, for example, 2, 3, 4. And with a pick, 2, 3, 4. If we were to do this with the cage shapes we learnt before, we could go D, C, B, B flat, and then A, for example. Let's try that. 2, 3, 4. Those are some ideas. Let's practice that in the next jam track. Slow it down if you need to be able to nail the details of it. And if you struggle with the speed in particular, the dun 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 dun, play it smaller. Play even smaller than you realize. Sometimes when I'm demoing this and I watch it back on camera, I'm like, man, I could have done it. I could have got the same effect and kept the movement smaller, and then you can go even faster. I promise you, that's the trick. I'll see you in the next video to practice it.